Welcome, 6th graders. You're on task number 3. And for this video, we're going to be looking at each of the gumball machine pieces that you're going to be using. And we need to measure the height, width, and depth of each piece. So to do this, we're going to look first at our design notebook. And this is where you're going to be recording your answers. So we go down to task number 3. And then you'll see there are pictures of all the pieces that you need to measure. So there's the base, and you can see what's considered the height, width, and depth. And for the next one, the slide, this is what I'm going to give you an example of right now. Alright, so looking at our slide here, we're going to line up our ruler, remember, not with the edge, but wherever that first tick mark is on your ruler. Line it up with the edge of your block of wood. And then at the other end, I can see that it is 6 full inches, and I need to count how many tick marks it is past 6. I see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it would be 6 and 12 sixteenths. Remember, when you use your making an inch sheet, 12 sixteenths then would be 3/4. So our measurement for the depth of the slide is going to be 6 and 3/4. The width then, we're going to do the same thing, measure going across. And you can see for this one, it's actually going to be, there's no fraction involved, it is 1 whole inch going from one side to the other. And then for the height, you have to take your slide, and it'll be going from top to bottom there. Mark the edge with your ruler. And then count, since it is less than 1 full inch, we're going to count how many tick marks this is. And it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sixteenths of an inch. And again, that's 3/4 of an inch when you use that making an inch sheet. So going back to our design notebook then, we had the measurement that was 1 whole inch for the width. The height was 12 sixteenths of an inch. I'm going to write it as 3/4 of an inch in simplified form. And for the depth, it was 6 and 3/4. So I'm going to write it as 6, and then the fraction 3/4. So that's how you're going to do each measurement for each piece of your gumball machine. And then you'll notice for this one, there are holes in the slide. So we have to measure then how wide are the holes, and we also have to know where is the hole going to be drilled. And so to do that, the first thing is looking at the diameter, which is the distance across the circle. So as you look at the hole right here, we're going to line up our ruler from one edge of the hole all the way across to the other. And as you can see, it is less than 1 inch, so we're just going to count how many tick marks is it going all the way across. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sixteenths of an inch. And if you look at your making inch sheet, 10 sixteenths of an inch is equivalent to 5/8. And so going back to your design notebook, you can see then the diameter for that hole is, we wrote 5/8 of an inch, or 10 sixteenths. And after that then you have the depth, the distance from the side, the center point of the hole, and the distance from the front, and it's the center point of the hole. So we'll demonstrate that right now too. And looking at this hole here, which is going to be, the center point is right about there, I'm going to go from the front edge of the slide here, and made a little mark there of where that hole would be. And so from there I can count. I see it's 2 full inches, and to get to that center point it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sixteenths, which is equivalent to 1/2 of an inch. So from the front edge of your slide to the center of your hole, it would then be 2.5 inches. So that hole we just measured was the distance from the front, 2.5 of an inch. Alright? For the rest of these measurements, then you're going to be basically doing the same thing, just depending on the measurement that you have, whether it's height, width, or depth. And then for a few of the pieces that have holes, this one here, which is the top of your gumball machine, will have one hole. The uprights don't have any holes, so it's just height, width, and depth for that. Same thing for the center support base, is what's the measurement of the height, the width, and the depth. Once you've finished all of your measurements, remember to do your task summary. What's one thing you learned? An example of success that you had for this task.